Tom, come out from behind the balloon.
I'm listening.
Thank you. First of all, for those who don't know me, I'm Marcus. I am Tom and Susan's son, and when I say son, I'm the one they've admitted to. So just a few things out.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say it's lovely to see such a sea of faces in front of me, and just want to clarify and dispel a couple of rumours that have been floating around today. First of all, this is not a departure point for a Saga-sponsored trip to Torquay. Neither is an assembly of the Curry rival branch of the United Kingdom Independence Party. However, in the absence of Nigel Farage, my father is more than willing to discuss Britain's continued membership of the European Union. And in the absence of Alf Garnett, he's also prepared to discuss Britain's immigration policy. As you all know, we received an invitation, or in my case a subpoena, about 2 or 3 months ago to attend this event under the heading to celebrate 100 years at Portfield. Actually, this year is a number of events in the case of the Hembro family, and there are 4 events taking place this year. First of all, it's 100 years of Portfield, and we moved as a family in here in July 1915. On Friday evening, parents celebrated their golden wedding anniversary. In November, father celebrates his 80th birthday. And in December, Deborah celebrates her 70th birthday. Now, they say that if you look hard enough on the internet, you can find anything. I can tell you, you cannot find a speech that incorporates these 4 events. Now, I'm delighted there are many people here today who actually witnessed parents' wedding 50 years ago. I'm also delighted to announce that there's nobody here who witnessed father's conception 80 years ago. Now, some of you may recall that 10 years ago we gathered on a similar occasion to celebrate parents' ruby wedding. I've got to be brutally honest with you and say if I knew that so many of you would still be alive today, I would have saved some of my material for now. Should you feel that you've heard something before, I would ask that you don't heckle me, but actually just congratulate yourselves on the strength of your memory.
We've forgotten it.
Now, mother and father were married on the 18th of September 1965, and it followed a very traditional courtship, the like of which you've seen all over the world, be it Chittagong, Curry Rival or Cape Town. Very, very simple. It's a love story, really. A very simple love story. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy. Boy likes girl, girl unsure about boy. Boy shows girl big house in the country, girl now really likes boy. And so the date was set for the 18th of September 1965, a date that was chosen after very careful consideration because of 3 events. Firstly, the harvest had been gathered. Secondly, the cricket season had finished, and my grandfather's beloved Bristol City were playing away from home. And so it was that the farmer's son married the solicitor's daughter from Bristol. They honeymooned in Sorrento, returning in the autumn of 1965 to life as a farmer's wife. Shortly after that, in early 1966, one Maureen Wyman, who's here today, and newly arrived in the village of Langport herself, and herself newly married, was a member of the local Conservative Association, and she was asked to contact one Mrs. Hembro. All she was told, she was a farmer's wife. She duly phoned, had a conversation, and arranged to meet. And that evening over dinner, speaking to her husband Colin, said, I've spoken to that Mrs. Hembro. She doesn't sound at all like a farmer's wife. Which actually was really very, very observant. Because it was about the same time that father realised that mother's knowledge of farming was, shall we say, limited. Mother, when asked and quizzed, asked what land was. She said, yes, that's what a plane does after takeoff. She thought to top dress is what you did to go to Royal Ascot. and that postmodern was a brand new fence support. Now that may sound harsh, but I can tell you now that one of the first purchases father made as a new husband for his wife was a pair of Wellington boots. And from those of you who can remember it, from Higgins in Langport, the boots are still available today. They are alive. They have a complete tread on the sole. I will leave it to others to judge how much they've been worn. Now 50 years is a long time, let's be honest. And I've given it some thought as to the secret of their longevity. And the conclusion I've come to is it's their pursuit of common interests. Take bridge. Father plays on a Tuesday and mother a Thursday. Take reading. Mother has a Kindle and father Langport Library. And sport, where mother plays a golf at Long Sutton and father shoots at Bisley. It's very simple, really. Now the more observant amongst you will be very aware of their propensity to travel. I've worked out that they have visited 23 different countries. Now that's impressive by any measure, but when you consider it actually took the Hembros the best part of 500 years to travel 4.5 miles to Curry Rival, it really puts it in perspective. Such as their travel, they really are Curry Rival's answer to Judith Chalmers and Frank Boff. Indeed, this event had to be squeezed in between trips to South Africa, Cornwall, France, Cornwall again, and Madeira. Now I turn to the house. They say with an old house that the first generation buy it, the second generation ruin it, the third generation repairs and puts it right. As a member of the fourth generation, I am slightly concerned that the third generation still has work to do. Now, over the years, it has endured the scars of cricket balls through bedroom windows, of which I was particularly proud, as it ricocheted through the landing, down the stairs and into the courtyard. All I can say in my defence is my father was bowling at the time, and it was a wide half volley. Many years later, Jack, at the age of 4, sliced a golf ball through Grandpa's study window just after a lesson from him in how to hold the club. Now the house, I believe, could be a metaphor for mother and father. It may be slightly aged, the Wi-Fi connection unpredictable, the roof a little grey, but it's a place of refuge with a heart and a warmth of its own and held in much affection by us all. I'd ask you to raise your glasses to Tom and Susan.